What's up, guys? The Car Anarchist here, and today we're gonna talk about something that pisses me off very much and I'm sure bothers you too, and that is the interior design of new cars. There's no other way to say it other than car interiors are getting so fucking stupid, it's mind blowing. Not only that, but the day of unique interiors is gone. The interior of basically every new car out there is converging to the same fucking piece of shit design. So in this video, we're going to discuss what interior design trend I'm talking about, how much better the interior from previous generations were, 3 examples of perfect interiors, answer the juicy question, why are car manufacturers making these stupid interiors, who is actually the culprit, and what are car interiors going to look like in the next 5 years. Let's go. So what exactly am I talking about? Let's see an example. This is what I'm talking about. The interior design where you have 2 different screens attached to each other, creating the illusion of a single giant screen. By the way, this is the interior of the new BMW 5 Series and it is absolutely disgusting. BMW didn't even bother to make the screen curved or covered with a panel, so overall, it looks like a fucking steering wheel attached to 2 computer screens. If this is supposed to represent technology in cars, then please take me back to the past. One thing I have to give points for BMW is for not following this stupid trend of having an extra screen for the passenger, so kudos for that. So how do you describe this interior with 2 words? Boring and characterless. BMW's slogan is the ultimate driving machine. Does this look like the interior of something that's supposed to be the ultimate driving machine? Absolutely fucking not. Let's take a look at another example. This is the interior of the new Audi A5, and yeah, do I even have to say anything? I will give some points for Audi for at least making the main screen kind of curved so it looks more fluid, but overall, this interior gives me headaches just by looking at it. Not to mention that here we have the now classic extra passenger screen, which is an absolute gimmick and is fucking pointless. I 100% guarantee that the person who rides as passenger in a car like this on a daily will probably play with this stupid screen like 5 times and then never use it again. So here's the thing, right? Car interiors don't look like car interiors anymore. It looks like you are sitting inside a fucking mobile phone. It's so fucking stupid. So let's go back a little. What car and brand was the pioneer of stupid interiors? Yeah, fucking Tesla, bro. And as bad as some of the ones I showed you are, Tesla interiors are still the worst. Every time that I look at this interior, it makes me want to get a baseball bat and smash that screen right in the middle. And after that, rip off that abomination of a steering wheel and set it on fire. If you think that this is what a car interior should look like, then you are a disgusting degenerate of a human being, and I kindly invite you to fuck off from my channel. The scary thing is, not even hypercars are safe. I mean, come on, man. Koenigsegg is literally making the coolest car ever, the Chimera, and this is the piece of shit design that they have come up with. Are they getting tips with Elon Musk? Holy shit, my guy. The exception to the rule is this. The interior of a 2020 Mercedes S63, it was one of the first cars to have this design philosophy of having 2 screens attached. But it's the only one that made it look good. Everything else that followed and copied it after was pure dog shit. You can see that there's a nice leather panel covering the screens, and overall, everything still looked clean and elegant. So how much better were previous generation interior design? Let's take a look at some examples of perfect interiors in my opinion. This is the interior of a 2019 BMW M5 and I think it's one of the most underrated interiors ever. At the time, a lot of people complained and said it was boring and outdated, especially compared to Mercedes, but I think they are completely fucking wrong. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. One screen nicely placed in the middle is all you are ever going to really need, and all the physical buttons add so much character. Not to mention that they are a lot easier to use. I'm just gonna say this, okay? If you do not like physical buttons on a car, then you are not a real car guy. I'm sorry. Another point is that by having less screens, the interior actually looks a lot more luxurious because there's more visible surface area that is covered by leather. So here's the thing, right? Who the fuck would rather be sitting in the new 5 Series over the previous one? You would have to be fucking crazy, bro. Another example of a perfect interior is from the previous generation Audi A5. Again, a nice screen in the middle, a fully digital driver's display, and the absolute best part, physical rotary buttons for the air conditioning controls with the temperatures display inside it. Like, bro, there will never be a better way to control the air conditioning of a car than this. Never. Am I crazy to say that all the physical buttons make the interior of every car look better, as long as they look and feel premium, of course? To finish off the perfect interior examples, we have one of my absolute all-time favorite modern car interiors. This is the interior of a 2020 Mercedes-AMG C63S, and come on guys, how fucking amazing does this look? In terms purely of design, it can't get much better than this. That central panel looks so clean, man, alongside the best looking air conditioning vents ever. Everything is just so tasteful and has so much character that it immediately makes me sad remembering how car interiors are now. That's also one of the sexiest and best looking steering wheels design you could ever hope for, and you can still see a lot of surface area covered in leather, which all adds to the feeling of luxury and sportiness. This is the type of interior that even if you didn't know what car it belonged to, you would still bet that it is an extremely exciting car to drive and that actually makes you want to drive it. This is a 10 out of 10 interior all day long. Now let's answer the juicy question. Why do manufacturers insist on making these stupid interiors, and who is the culprit in this whole story? The reason is that the vast majority of people who buy cars don't actually like cars and are not car people, which is expected. Which means that as a business, the manufacturers do what they have to do in order to keep selling model after model. They design things optimizing for the majority. And for this majority, buying a new car is like buying the latest iPhone. There always has to be something new that appears to be better and more technological, even if it's actually bullshit and is not necessary. And that pretty much sums everything today in terms of consumer behavior and technology. It's not about actually being better, it's about appearing to be better. So that's why car interiors are becoming more and more stupid, because manufacturers feel forced to add this unnecessary shit that looks fancy in order to appear to be better and more technological in the eyes of this majority. So yes, in case you haven't noticed, the culprit in this story is not actually the manufacturers, but the vast majority of people who buy cars but are not car people. So basically, people who buy cars but don't actually like cars ruin cars for the ones that actually like them. On a side note, one interesting point is that you could say, well, none of these manufacturers have the balls to be different and not do this stupid shit. That's true, they don't. But what do you think would happen if any of them didn't follow the trends? They would fall behind and be falsely perceived as inferior amongst the majority, and they would start losing money, bro. To finish off the video, let's make a quick reflection on what car interiors are going to look like in 5 years. So, if like we discussed, manufacturers are forced to keep changing things in order to appear new and more technological, what the fuck are they gonna do now, bro? We already have sort of reached a maximum number of screens that's humanly comprehensible to have. What are they going to do? One screen for each eye of every passenger? I really don't know, and I'm really curious to how car interiors are going to play out in the near future. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe. The Car Anarchist, I'm out.